Welcome to the Oilfield Network News February 2021 edition. Our goals are to help people in the oil and gas industry by improving safety, highlighting technology, and helping people who are out of work find jobs. In January, we talked about sleep as a critical part of your safety discussions for 2021 and the brain science behind reducing accidents by managing and planning this critical 1/3 of your life. So let's continue with the relationship of safety and general wellness. Deanna Jones of Baker Hughes posted an article on the importance of wellness. Thank you for that. And also thanks to Baker Hughes for their continued permission to use their rig count data on our broadcasts. In a past issue, we talked about what things to avoid for your mental wellness, like social media posts that are designed to make you angry. If you need some positive feedback and you're in our oil and gas industry, feel free to share this next story. Recently, I had a medical emergency, and I certainly want to thank the doctors, nurses, and emergency medical technicians, without whom I may not be here today. The medical industry has been getting a lot of well-deserved praise, especially in dealing with this recent pandemic. That said, if it were not for you, my friends and colleagues in the oil and gas industry, there wouldn't have been gasoline to get the ambulance to the hospital. Once I got there, there would be no power for lights in the hospital or the scanners for the tests that were run. Without the energy that you help provide, we'd all literally still be in the dark ages. My history in the energy industry started working in a coal mine to help pay for college, then on offshore oil rigs. Now, anyone who's done this work knows it's dirty, requires long hours of hard physical labor, and can be dangerous. I'd like you to remind your friends, if they're warm in the winter or cool in the summer, or hear that beep, beep, beep of their heart monitor in the hospital, that's all thanks to you. Back to your wellness. Turn off the news and social media that generates fear, division, and puts people down. And post stories like this one. If you really want to be happier, go out and help someone who's in need and find solutions to problems instead of complaining or copying and sharing insulting posts aimed at someone who disagrees with you. And that's a good segue to those who are looking for work. In a discussion with a venture capitalist, I asked about hiring people from the oil and gas industry, and this is what he said. When presented with a challenge, engineers from some other industries took some time and came back with reasons a project could not be completed. The oilfield engineers came back with a prototype. I'd like anyone looking for technical talent in any industry to please keep that in mind. This is a group of individuals who, when the news stories and their talking heads were predicting doom and gloom because of lack of energy and peak oil prices, went out, developed new technology that increased production and dropped the price of oil and gas. Finally, on the subject of new business and technology, we had the opportunity to interview Carlos and Francisco Pineda with Oil Technical Solutions and Scott Myers with Well Doctors. Here are a few short segments from those interviews. One of the things that we do is try to help people make their decisions on what they want to do. What made you decide to start your own company?
Well, starting my own company, the seed for that started in my head several years ago when I noticed what I thought was a gap in the business. One of my stints with Halliburton in particular was sitting in a customer's office. And that was very eye-opening in respect of how most operating companies work. They're very much like an assembly line. It starts in the G&G reservoir world. It kicks down to drilling. It goes to completions if the companies have a completions department. And the final product is handed over to the production department. And several times in that that experience, I noticed that the production people, something would go wrong. A well would get water encroachment or start producing sand, or just production would drop off as nobody expected it. The production people would basically punt it back to the drilling people. And because of the assembly line nature of the business, the drillers, being the only ones with well control, were quite often overwhelmed just trying to get new well designs out the door, and really didn't want to mess with it, and didn't, in some cases, have the expertise to deal with it. So down the hall they came. They'd ask Halliburton what you'd think, and Halliburton would say, well, let's cement it or frack it. They'd ask Baker what they thought. Baker would say, well, you need new packers and gas lift mandrels. Schlumberger, of course, would recommend the logging option. And maybe all of them were partially correct, but none of them were wholly correct. So the poor drilling engineer would go back and basically throw a dart and say, well, let's do this. Let's hope it sounds rational. It should work, and it doesn't cost too much. But quite often it wasn't the optimized solution, I would say, even from my own personal perspective. So that's where the idea of well doctors started growing legs.
Thank you for joining, and maybe if you just start by introducing yourself.
My name is Carlos Pineda. I have been in the oil and gas industry for many years, and most of that time has been in the well completions. I am passionate about working with people and also working in projects. I love starting projects and looking over them all throughout the execution. So that's about me. I'm going to let Francisco say something about himself, but I would like to present OTS, and truly is our mission statement, which is to offer advisory service, procurement, and supply of high quality equipment, materials, and other products for customers who have trouble finding these items in their geographical areas. We do that at competitive prices and with minimum delivery times. We do this for the oil and gas industry, but also petrochemical, electrical, and other industries. We are supported by a wide platform of highly qualified manufacturers. So, Francisco?
Good day. It is great to be here with Phil and with my brother. I think I heard him say that he had many years of experience. And if he has many years of experience, I have many more. I am the oldest of the two. But, you know, we have always worked together very well. Very well. And this is a time where I am thankful to God that we are working together again.
If there's any last thing you'd like to leave the group with, our growing audience at Oilfield Network News, what would it be?
Well, I can tell you, there are some items out there that are for free that you should be using to the max. One is called LinkedIn. Do your own video. Get your family to interview you or interview your family about you. Put it in the LinkedIn. And, you know, if you let us know that you're going to do that, Carlos and I will join in, and we are going to do three things for you. We are going to like it, we are going to share it, and we're going to say something nice about you. And it's going to go to all our contacts. And when our contacts get it, they're going to go to their own all contacts. So you become famous in no time. It's free. Use it. Sell, sell, sell.
You can see the full interviews on the Full Story tab on our website. So looping back around to wellness. If you want to sleep better and have peace of mind, have your goal to be to try and help people. Thank you for your continued support. Have a great February.